how's she going today? Well, we've had about 3 inches of rain since the last time I talked to you. And I'm on the last field of canola here of mine. Antoine did his there while I was combining barley. And we didn't get any done yesterday, but Antoine was out all night here. He's been on the night shift cutting. And he was at 90 acres here when I jumped in a little bit ago. We're at 101 here now. And I'm not going quite near as fast as I was before because it's a lot harder to run this machine one-handed, but it's been raining, which is good for cutting canola actually, because the rain washes the green out of the canola, and it also, you can leave it till it browns up quite a bit more like this. Gives you a heavier sample because your seed is bigger and more filled. And then that way too, when it's browner like this, if it was 30 degrees out and sunny, those pods would be shattering and you'd be losing your canola. So when it's wet like this, you don't lose any. And yeah, I know there's straight cut canola, yada yada yada. No, never gonna deal with that stuff. I've seen people with it around here, and last year the way it was so hot and dry, people ended up swathing the straight cut stuff because it was shelling out anyways. So I'll just stick to doing this. It doesn't take very long to swath, and it doesn't cost very much. And then when you know when it's ready to go, it's ready to go. You don't have green spots and low spots. You don't have to go in and spray everything with god darn Roundup again, and then you end up with Roundup resistant weeds and everything else down the road. I'll just stick to doing it this way. So it's not a bad looking crop overall. It's real heavy in these low spots, and most of these low spots here are usually drowned out. But the way this year was, we didn't have any of those big 5 inches of rain in an hour dumps like we usually have in the summer. Everything was kind of normal, so they didn't drown out, so that's all right. But then you get to the tops of the hills where those 5 inches of rain actually help, and it's a bit thinner. But I'm thinking the having all the low spots like that is going to make up for having thinner hills. So, and had questions about what that thing is behind me that I'm pulling there. As you can see, it's packing the swath down, taking quite a bit of the floof out of it. And what you want that for, canola has a bad habit of blowing away, and I don't know if you've ever been to Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, but Saskatchewan's probably the worst one. It's always windy here. So you swath at an angle with your prevailing winds, the direction the wind is most often from, plus rolling it, and it helps prevent it from blowing away in the wind, because this stuff is notorious for blowing away. And you leave a fair amount of stubble, which I'm not doing right here because it's kind of shorter through this low spot. This has kochie in it, but it will push it down into the stubble, and that stubble will help hold your swath in place as well for in those big winds like that. So pushing my hydro back and forth with my elbow here, so but a 30-foot swather, and when I'm not making video, I'm going about 4.5 to 5 miles an hour instead of 3 to 3.5 because I've got both hands. But I'm gonna keep on cutting here, and like I said, with 30 feet going that fast, it doesn't take very long to do a big chunk. It having that P-auger on there. If you guys farm canola and you ever have the chance to put one of those augers on, best thing you could ever do for yourself. Absolutely awesome to help make it feed through the hole there. But I guess I'll keep cutting and I'll talk to you guys again here closer to the end, unless something blows up, which is not out of the question. There's some real heavy stuff. I jumped out for a minute because I seen a patch of dirt that looked a little too dry, so I watered it. But I thought I'd show you the difference the roller makes. So you can see that great big fluffy bush of a swath that comes straight out of the swather, and then there's the roller, and then there's what it looks like after. So it's probably taking it down by half and pushing it down into the stubble to hold it in place. So that's the idea of that for all you guys who have never seen one before, don't know what the hell's going on. So that is what we're doing with that. That's what's going on. So anyway, I'm gonna keep on going here. Hard to do one-handed. It's pretty thin on this part of the hill right here. It's real sandy and eroded from over the years. But it's a real sharp part of the field. It's real hilly in this corner here. Not hilly compared to what some of you guys think, but for me, it's plenty hilly. The old hydro sure whines when we go through those spots, so the swather thinks that's plenty also. Was having some problems with the GPS here, so that's why there's white on both sides here. I was having problems with my cigarette lighter, wasn't keeping a good enough ground, so it powered down on me. So I'd forgotten about the last half hour worth of cutting I've done, but that's more for at night time anyways. So when you're going around all these sloughs, you don't end up missing a little triangle somewhere when you're bouncing off sloughs. So there's a fair decent little hill. It never shows up on camera as steep as what it really is, but hear the old hydro growing, so This makes the 895 bark pulling the air seeder up and down these hills. Actually going down, it doesn't really bark. You're glad you're going in a straight line because it tries to push you, so. Cutting to do yet, but I want to get this video wrapped up so I can get the thing uploaded on time. So I'm probably gonna leave you here. I got a few hours of cutting yet, but it'll break shortly as when Antoine is going to come and take over, I think. But anyway, I'm gonna get this moved over to my last chunk over here. I'll get this finished up, I guess, and then we've got about 20 acres left on my other quarter at Grandpa's that never got finished. It had rained about 4/10 more there than it had here, so Antoine came here last night with this instead of finishing there, and we did this one, but the ground has dried out a lot compared to how it was then, so be able to finish that this evening for sure now. So anyway, I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to all you guys here in the next one.